What's up, boys? We are live. Today, we're going to have some fun and react to a video that a lot of my friends forwarded to me of the Fresh and Fit podcast with Wes Watson. They had a panel of successful guys, and they had Wes Watson, a guy that I followed for a long time. They had this guy named Andrew Wilson, and these guys started butting heads. And I think it was interesting to see the exchange because you got to see the different ideals of these guys. But I want to highlight something that's very important from this exchange, and that is why masculine frame, getting strong, getting muscles, and learning how to fight is very important so you can stand on your ideals. Because what we're about to see with this exchange is that this other guy that Wes Watson is essentially debating, this guy is a debater, but he doesn't have that masculine frame that Wes Watson has. And I think it's very interesting to see this exchange because you're gonna see the biggest differences between these two guys. And when they start debating, you can see how Wes Watson's frame really controls that exchange. So I'll go ahead and start presenting this video, but right now I just wrapped up doing some boxing training. I'm going to be meeting up the boys in Florida in a couple of months. So I've been doing a lot of cardio, running, putting in the putting in some miles, doing some bag work. So just trying to get my body in shape so we're gonna be doing a lot of sparring. So just want to get ready for that. But on that point, that's why I think that masculine frame is very important because when you have muscles, when you know how to fight, you can stand up for what you believe in. So let's go ahead and jump into this video so you can guys can see for yourselves this exchange. I think it was pretty funny for me when I saw it, but it really highlighted a lot of these points. So let's go ahead and jump in to the video. Let me get this screen presented. All right, here we go. All right, check it out, boys. All right. So let's just go ahead and jump into the main section where it starts to get good.
The board. If you're not ripped, if you're not rich, if you ain't rare, if you don't stand out, if you ain't across the board successful, it doesn't mean fucking shit to me. If you got straight tits.
Let me check that the audio is working correctly. All right, then we're good to go now. Doing these live streams on StreamYard in case you want to start doing your own live streams. I think StreamYard does a great job of allowing you to stream and also share your screen. It's a great platform and I highly recommend it. But I think we're good with the audio. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
And you're in your Rolls Royce, you look like a fucking clown to me. I'm just laughing at your dumb fucking ass.
Like I hide shit. It's everything's up front. Like I don't hide anything, and I show everything.
So they asked these guys what they define as success, and this entire panel just gives their perspective on what they think success is all about. Shout out to this channel here, Law of Distraction. They actually put up the video, so I gotta shout them out. So let's go ahead and start it.
Okay. And my definition of success is across the board. If you're not ripped, if you're not rich, if you ain't rare, if you don't stand out, if you ain't across the board successful, it doesn't mean fucking shit to me. If you got straight tits and you're in your Rolls Royce, you look like a fucking clown to me. I'm just laughing at your dumb fucking ass. But this is the whole fucking point. You have a weakness. Change it, motherfucker. How the fuck are you going to lead people if you don't realize your weakness is their way out? They're not going to listen to you. You're sitting there possessing shit that they don't want to have. So, I mean, this is what people say. Oh, it's not about the money. It's about family, Wes. It's about this, about that. Motherfucker, when you're making money, it's about the money. When it's family, it's about family. When you're at the gym, it's about muscle. Whatever you're doing, it's about that. There's no black and white life. It's the gray area. You have to be good at everything. That's the goal, to really excel in every area. I roll in most rooms with successful entrepreneurs, and it's pathetic. They'll have like a before and after picture of their fitness shit, and their after picture looks like their before pic. And I'm like, motherfucker, you're not embarrassed of this shit? Like, you have enough money, and that's what you put out. You're that big of a pussy. Like, I just can't get behind anything that's not done at a high level. So knock the one thing off the board first, then the next thing, then the next thing. Jonos is rich and rare. I mean, the whole thing. What's rare mean to me? That means no vices. That means no drugs, no alcohol, no bullshit. Not to hide behind nothing. I mean, what's rich? I mean, you get to do what the fuck you want. You don't. I don't need you to be a billionaire to say you're rich. Or other people, they'll see that even I rent my place. It's $95,000 a month. They're like, you rent your place. It's like, you dumb motherfucker. You don't understand how to even operate at my level. People don't buy a 24.
All right, so I'll pause it there. So he mentioned something very important there, and he says that you have to be optimized across the board, and I completely agree with that. He's saying that you have to have your money right, you have to have your fitness right, your body on point, mind, spirit, all that good stuff, because these are the most important categories for us as men. And when you're lacking on one of them, you can start to see the holes in your game, and you're about to see it with this other guy where he starts to kind of shame him, which I didn't really like the way that he was kind of like bullying him, but you're gonna see why it's important to have that masculine frame.
$1 million house. They buy $24 million worth of properties that would bring them more money. You don't dump all that into that fucking liability and live in some $24 million pad you bought. Stupid. Fucking make investments and you bring it back to this. But everybody thinks they know some shit. And if you don't have the results that I want in some area, I can't fucking listen to you. So most people, I won't listen to them. What are they going to tell me? Some motherfucker comes up to me at the gym. He's like, hey, you should do your push-ups like this. And I say, why? So I can look like you, motherfucker? And the guy's like, oh, no, but like, it looks like you're going to hurt your, shut the fuck up, dude. I'm end up with your chest if I do that shit. Why would I want that? Or these motherfuckers go in my comments and I'll say some shit on purpose. I'm like, rent or buy. And if you ain't at the level to even do either of these, shut the fuck up and don't even participate. And they just get mad. It's like you don't get to have an opinion if it's not an option for you. You don't get to say my chick's a BBL and her fake tits aren't for you. You couldn't get her, you dumb motherfucker. You got a goddamn 3. And that's the worst thing about these motherfuckers. They try to give you relationship advice. Motherfucker, you got a borderline Miami 2. That's like a fucking Mississippi 6. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Don't give me relationship advice to my
That boy said a Mississippi 6. But no, so he said another very important thing that I agree with here, where he said that if you're not at that level where you can start giving opinions, then you should just keep your mouth shut, stay quiet, and learn from guys that are more advanced than you. I saw this a lot when I was training mixed martial arts. Like there was guys that would come into the gym. It was probably like their first time, second time training, and these guys are giving me tips on how to fight, like how to roll, how to do jujitsu. And then once we actually started rolling, like I would just destroy these guys. So there does have to come a certain level of humbleness whenever you're around guys that just know more about a certain expertise than you do. And you really just need to shut up and listen to these guys because they just know so much. Like right now, like I do a lot of private coaching with my mentor MLD, and whenever he's going off, he's dropping those bombs, those gems. Man, I just shut the fuck up, bro, because this guy's a multimillionaire. He's where I want to be at, and I know that I'm not there yet. And I know that it's important for me to just shut up, listen, take notes, and become a good follower, especially for men that you admire or men that you aspire to be like. If you want to be in that position, you do have to have that certain level of humbleness to just shut up and listen. And mixed martial arts, training, fighting, boxing, wrestling, it teaches you that. You have to humble yourself and you have to just pay attention to what your mentor is trying to teach you. So I highly agree with that. Let's go ahead and jump back into the
10
video.
when you got a 2, motherfucker. Shut up. But there's this whole thing. People don't think I'm going to put the measuring stick to their motherfucking face. They better just watch what they say around a motherfucker who's beating them in every area. And if someone is beating you, just ask them. Just be humble. Like, your bitch is better than mine. How'd you get her? That car's way more than mine. How'd you do it? You make more than me. What's up? Like, just fucking ask. And that's the thing. People aren't humble enough to ask. That's my shit. It's got to be across the board. You better have a bad bitch. You better be ripped. You better fucking be rolling some sick shit. That's what I like. I grew up hustling. There's be rims on my goddamn Phantom. Go out front. That ain't normal Phantom. That's a Mansory Phantom. I don't have the normal shit. Fuck that. Chicks got upgrades. Done.
Well said, Wes. God damn, with the fire. Shit.
I've been watching Goldie's content. That's the reason. I've been watching Goldie's content. He be getting me in trouble. My chick don't like his content. She's like, he's making too much sense.
Shout out to Goldie. All right, what about you?
Supposed to follow that up?
It's tough, right?
Get him.
All right, so this next guy, this is the first time that I actually get to see this guy. This is the first time that I heard of him. But his name is Andrew Wilson. He has a podcast. I think it's called The Crucible. So shout out to him too for just being on the panel. You got to give him his flowers. But to my understanding, he's a debater. He's like a conservative, traditional debater. And I saw a couple of his podcasts before jumping into his live stream just to get a better idea of who he was. And a lot of the ideas that he was talking about, like I also agree with. He's more that traditional conservative type of guy, more of an academic type of guy. And you see, I've seen both of these guys in my lifetime, man. I've seen guys that have been in prison. I have cousins that were, I have a couple of cousins at this time in LA, California, and like they gave me that vibe that Wes Watson gives. You know, they were in the pen, and these guys just have like that masculine frame, bro. Like they just seen some shit, and whenever you're around them, you respect them, bro. Like just you just surround them, and you're like, all right, cool, man. Like whatever you say. But you know, granted, they're my cousins, but I highly respect them because they give that same vibe, man. They're strong, they're big, they're all shaved, like they're bald as well, tatted up. And I've also come across guys like this where they are very sharp with their tongue. Like they're very great debaters. They have very great orator, or like they have very great ways of conveying their ideas. And like they're very sharp, man. They're very sharp. Instead of sparring with their bodies, they spar with their tongue. So this guy's very sharp, and just based off of some of the podcasts that I saw, like I think this guy is a credible guy. So I gotta shout him out too. But let's continue on and see what he has to say about this.
Well, hey, what you guys were saying earlier, I need to know what the fuck you said in English.
Okay, so my definition of success will probably be far different than everybody else's on the panel. I'll probably maybe be the lone dissenter, but my definition of success is having a family, having children, and being part of the apparatus of the world. And true wealth is a rejection of materialism. As Christ said himself, what good does it benefit a man to gain the entire world at the cost of his soul? And essentially, when I think of wealth, I think of materialism. It's okay to have materialism. It's not against Christian ethics to become rich, become wealthy. But I just think it's all beside the point, ultimately. You're trying to go for a single thing, and it's to achieve something greater
You have
than
money.
the person.
Does he have money?
No.
Do you have money?
No, I don't
How
have.
much
I
money
don't
do you
have. I don't
Does he
have money.
All right, so before we jump into Wes Watson bashing this guy, so I agree with what he says there as well. Like the traditional values of family, of God, I completely agree with that. My other mentor, Elliot Holst, like he taught me a lot of these concepts, and but Elliot Holst, the difference is that Elliot Holst is a strong guy and he has frame as well. And I completely agree with those ideals. I think also like being Mexican American and growing up in a family that just shared those strong family ideals, like for us as Latinos, we really value family, and you see that when you go to Mexico, when you go to Latin American countries, like we value family to the highest degree, and that's like the number one thing that it's the number one priority in our lives. So I completely agree with that. I think family comes first, and this guy is going to jump into that more, but just look at how Wes reacts to his thoughts.
But here's the thing: why is money
How much-
valuable?
How much do you have
Why?
money?
What is money valuable for?
I'm just asking. Do you have money?
I just said no. I'm broke. I'm a
No,
nobody.
but really, you are?
Yeah.
Is he really broke?
Yeah.
I just want to know. I have to know.
No, I'm
Just
not.
throw
I'm
it.
not one of these rich guys. I don't have a Bugatti. I don't.
I doubt this guy's broke. I think he does pretty well for himself because he has a podcast. So I think he's just trying to like get that pressure off of him. But
Have a Lambo. I don't
I
have
just
a
really
Ferrari.
have to know.
Yeah.
Like, how much money you got?
Probably $5 in my pocket. Not much more.
Does anyone answer for the guy?
Why do they think I'm kidding? I have a family. I take care of an entire family. That takes a lot
He's
of
doing
money.
all right. He's doing all right.
Okay.
It's
But
okay.
Here's the thing. You guys. If you ain't fit, you can't say it's not all about being in good
Why
shape.
not?
If you don't have money, you can't say it's not all about money.
Yeah, why
But if
not?
he does have money, he can't say that.
Why not?
He
Why can't you say? Why must you have the thing
Because
before you
hy-
hang on? Let me ask the
Because
question.
hypothetical is
Let me ask the
hypocritical.
question. Let me ask the question.
Hypothetical is
I didn't
hypocritical.
even know what I was going to say before I've even been allowed to
I know
ask
what
the
you're gonna
question.
say.
Then what was I going to say?
You're gonna say how? Why can't you ask the question?
Okay, so that's not what I was going to say. What I was going to say is how in the world can you create a standard that it's inappropriate to ask somebody, how come if I don't have X thing, because I don't value X thing, does that mean X thing is actually valuable?
You've never experienced it, so you can't speak about
You
it.
think that I haven't experienced wealth? Even
I
poor
was
people,
asking if you did.
Even poor people experience days of wealth.
I was
They
asking
can-
if you
even
did.
poor
I don't know
people-
who you are.
Even poor people experience days of wealth. And so the thing is
No,
it's
definitely not.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
definitely
Definitely
so.
not.
Definitely so.
I've lived the lowest lows and the highest highs.
Well, what's the distinction? After you make X amount, hundreds of thousands of dollars, if you look at these studies done on this, it does not.
I don't fit no
hugely-
fucking
It
studies,
does not
bro.
hugely improve a person's
Are
life.
you proud of who the fuck
Bro,
you are?
why
Now,
don't
look
you
at,
even
are
let
you
me
proud?
get-
If you look in the mirror, would you guys say this motherfucker's proud of who the fuck he is? That's a bag of trash, dude. Pull your fucking shirt
Because
off
I've
and tell
been-
me you're fucking proud
Because
of yourself.
I've been to fucking prison.
Jesus Christ,
Because
look
I've been
at
to
you,
prison?
bro. You got 10-inch arms and tits. Men don't have tits.
No, they go to prison where they get fucking.
Fuck yeah,
where they get
do.
raped up the ass.
You've never been to prison. Look
That's
at
what
some shit you
happens.
don't know.
They go to prison where they get raped.
Now you get your ass beat in
hold on,
front
You
of
think that
everybody.
that's better?
guys,
You think that that's better?
Let's let him give his definition of success. And then,
Having tits and 10-inch arms is what a
let's-
man is.
let's
You
let him-
guys.
let's let him get
Please
his-
don't listen to that.
Wes, let's let him get his thing out, and then
Tits,
We can have different opinions.
yeah,
titties,
Anyway, back to where I was at.
boobs.
Yeah. Okay. Prison. But anyway, if you want,
Fuck yeah.
if you want to follow the successful mantra of a man who tells you he's reformed from prison, understand why they might have gone there to begin with. And
To take care
yes,
of a
I do
family.
think
All right, so before we continue on, so this guy started, they started debating right there, right? And it's obvious that this guy Andrew Wilson has better debate skills than West does. And West started going at him with ad hominem attacks where he was he was just directly going at him. He was going directly at his frame, at his body type. He was fat shaming him. He said he had titties. So like I don't think that that was the most professional thing from West's side because you're always going to be facing people that are going to have a different opinion than you, and you don't necessarily want to start fat shaming them or attacking them with ad hominem attacks. I think that's kind of like the a bully, and that's like the behavior of a bully. But this guy, since he doesn't have that masculine frame that West does, like he just has to take it, man. Like he can't really do anything about it. Like even if he wanted to do something, like if somebody says something like that to me, like at that point, we're gonna have to fight, bro. Like there's no other way that you're gonna get out of our education like that, right? Like somebody's challenging you, they're challenging your ideals, and we're gonna have to throw some hands. Even if I fucking lose the fight, because West is a big motherfucker. Even if I were to lose that fight, like I would still have to fucking fight. I have to maintain my respect. And you see that a lot, like in prison. Like I don't like to compare it too much to prison, but it's the truth of like male nature. Prison, these guys don't have anything, bro. Like all they have is their respect. And you see that a lot with guys like Wes. They're all about the respect. And this guy here, like he can't defend his respect at this point. He knows that if he says anything to Wes or he tries to get in his face, Wes is probably gonna beat the shit out of him or smack him or something. And it's funny to see this exchange because this guy is like he can't really do anything at that point anymore. So let's continue on so you can see how he reacts to it.
I do think that a rejection of materialism is something missing in society. And I do think that true wealth is the family. And I think that true wealth is having a wife, and true wealth. That is what I think it is. And that is what I think truly success is being able to go home and look your family in the face and know that you're doing everything you can to support them. That's
Then
what
when
I
you
think
go to the
success
beach with
is.
your family, they're like, "There's my stud dad right there, standing there.
Do you have
that stud right there with
do
his
you,
shirt off?
do you have children?
Look at that
Do you-
stud."
All right, so Andrew Wilson, like he's saying a lot of great points there. Like he's saying that family is the most important, having kids, and I completely agree with that. I think that's the most important thing in life. Having kids, passing on your legacy, your wisdom, and just the family values. I think like I said, coming from a Latin American background, that's the most important thing to us. I was recently seeing one of the interviews of the Mexican president Obrador, AMLO, and he was saying that a big reason why American societies were declining was because of the disintegration of the family. And it's true. Like if you don't have a strong family, the strong nuclear family, that's where you start to have a lot of issues in society. So I completely agree with what Andrew Wilson's saying, but the biggest takeaway here that you have to see is that since this guy doesn't have masculine frame, he's not strong, he's not in shape, he doesn't have any muscles, he can't fucking fight, he can't defend his ideals to the highest degree. Because if we were in the fucking Stone Age, if this happened, Wes Watson probably could have killed this guy on stage. Like this is something that is just our primal nature. If someone disagrees with you, like as men, you have like that natural instinct to fight. And that's why it's important to have these skills of leveling up your body, getting strong, having that strong frame, knowing how to fight. Because if you ever get into altercation like this with someone else and you're debating them and you can't stand up for your ideals, then you're done. Like you can get your ass beat in that position. So fighting and just having strength, having muscles, it breeds confidence. And if you're ever in a position like this, you can stand up for what you actually believe in. And you can see here that this guy Andrew Wilson is cowering away from it because he doesn't have that frame.
Do you have children?
I do have children.
How many?
I have 2.
You have 2. So are you saying that your Bugatti and your money and everything
If
else
they
is
saw me
worth more than
standing
your
there, they'd be
children?
like, my dad's a superhero. Look what he brought to the table. Look how hard this guy works. He came from
Sure.
nothing to this.
Yeah.
He's God damn it.
You're still whining. Stop whining.
That
and
is
just
a
make an
product.
argument.
I'll smack your fat ass.
So you're gonna attack.
Straight
You're gonna
up.
attack.
All right.
No, but
All right.
dude,
Go,
nobody's
all right.
Do you
whining.
usually attack
This
armed
is
men
how
in
I
Florida?
talk, bro. Dude,
All right.
look
Let's
at
just-
your goddamn self.
Guys,
Well,
guys,
I've never
guys,
seen such a pathetic motherfucker.
Guys,
Okay,
let's,
well,
let's chill out a little
I'll-
bit, man. A little bit.
This is not what men
Let's let him.
look like.
Let's let him
What do they
finish
look
this
like?
point.
Fucking shit.
What do they look like? Bald prisoners?
Dude, fuck.
Is that what they look like?
This
And
is
let's
the
let him-
problem in
let's-
society. Is people like this think they can talk to someone like me like that. They really think they can. He knows he wouldn't do shit about it, and that's the problem.
I mean, you're the one who got hostile for having a difference of opinion.
Check it out. You started coming at me about some other shit. This is what the show is supposed to be about. I like this shit. So
So
personally,
do I.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, I enjoy
I
blood
mean,
sports.
We can
debates.
agree to disagree.
We can. Yeah. We can.
Yeah.
We can
We
have
can move on, but
we can-
Jesus
yeah.
Christ, men don't have tits. We can agree on that. Physically,
Man, usually
So he mentioned like there's keyboard warriors right now with this whole internet culture where people like to talk shit about other people behind the internet screen, but in real life, it's a completely different story, and that's also very true. A lot of people hide behind the screen, but once you're in their face, it's a different story.
have
He
hair.
has-
We
he
can
has
agree on
cro-
that too.
He has
Physically.
crossed over gender barriers.
I think we can see each side has
By,
different
by
opinions.
choice, crossing gender barriers by growing tits.
So, what about you, brother?
All right, nice.
Crazy.
Being successful is effectively acting on your intentions. And I think I agree with Andrew that your intentions must align with something bigger than yourself. In my case, it's God, the Christian God. And so success to me is fulfilling on your intentions, but maintaining your ethical standards. And if you're doing that as a Christian, you are in fact procreating. And if you're not, you're doing something that fills in that gap that's equally effective to contributing to a moral society. And I think if you're not contributing to a moral society and you're only contributing to a consumerist society, a materialistic society, that's the only thing you're going to worship. And tons of people worship material things and flash it around, but it's vacant. It's spiritually vacant.
The craziest thing is, if you looked at the people who are supposedly materialistic, we've helped more people than these guys who claim
Why is
to.
helping? Why
We've
is helping?
actually
Wait.
changed more
Why is
lives.
helping important to you?
I mean,
All right, so this guy made a very good point. I'm not too familiar with his background, but materialistic things is not the most important thing in life, and I completely agree with that. I do agree with Wes Watson that it's like you actually have to own these things to have that opinion. But at the end of the day, man, like you don't need all this fucking flashy shit to be happy and be spiritually fulfilled. As long as you have a good connection with God and you're living your life morally right, you're helping people, you have a good moral compass. I think that's more important. But again, like this guy here, he seems like he has a little bit more frame than the first guy, Andrew. But it's just like these guys can just overpower them because they just have more of that frame.
because I know what it's like to be at the bottom.
So okay. So, are you helping someone if you give them an expensive watch?
Why do you think we just do that? You must not know who you're talking
I asked you a
to.
question. You didn't answer it.
I give them the habits to build themselves.
What did I
into
ask you
something.
though?
Said, am I helping them if I give them an expensive watch? I give them habits, a mindset.
So the
I
answer
teach
is
them how
no.
to operate.
So if you give them,
But you guys are assuming we're
Just
only
answer-
doing
no,
stuff
no.
about materialism.
can a man answer a direct question?
Jesus Christ. These Karens.
The answer
are
is
tough as
no.
fuck. Look at these fucking Karens.
Go ahead,
dude.
buddy.
How the fuck did these guys even get up here? Why would you bring me here with people like
You didn't
this?
answer the question.
Dude, it's fucking shit.
We got difference of opinion here. Okay, go ahead, Miguel.
This is why they split it like this. I'm sorry you got put over there.
No, I know, I
You don't really fit over there. We need some other little fucking lame douche over there.
Oh man.
I'll
Come
still
on,
answer the
man.
question. Is giving
Would-
someone an
would
expensive
you,
watch?
Would any of you guys really hang out with these guys?
This is not an argument.
like Jesus Christ.
There's skill
Fuck
to some
you.
things.
Whoever
Hey,
fucking said
hang
that.
on. That base
Kick
guy
you in
right
your
there just said,
fucking
hell
face,
yes,
little
shut up.
faggot.
That's fucking hilarious. You're awesome. The
Go ahead, man.
whole crowd says, yeah, we'd hang out with him.
Different guys on the
this is
panel.
why most people don't invite me
Guys,
places.
guys. different guys
Yeah,
on
we
the
can
panel
tell.
have different skill sets and different things that they bring to the table.
We could tell his tits are all jiggling. He's got like a half a fucking jelly donut.
Hey,
on
bro,
one.
your toupee, it's still back there in the back. Go get it.
I shaved my head, you little faggot.
Are you
Shut
sure
the
they?
fuck up.
Are you sure you
Okay,
shake your
okay,
head?
okay,
Or?
okay. We got
All right. Go ahead, Miguel.
We're on Rumble, right?
Yeah,
We're on YouTube too.
Oh well, fuck it. We do it.
Man, so Wes Watson, man, like he's a very brash guy, and that's I don't know, man. Like I think that you have to kind of have a little bit more professionalism, especially when you're on the board with all these different guys, just for like the nature of the show. So I don't know, man. I think Wes Watson has that bully behavior, but that's another point there, man. Like you might come across guys that have that type of bully demeanor, and if you don't have that frame, you can't stand up to them. You just kind of have to take it. And that's kind of what we're seeing right now is that like since these guys don't have that frame, they can't really stand up to West the way that that would garner more respect for them.
Live. We're not on my channel.
live, baby.
We do it live.
Bro,
Do it
George
live.
Michael wants his pants back.
Dude, God damn! Look at whose shirt is that, dude? That your fucking mom bought you that. Your aunt bought you that for fucking Thanksgiving dinner. That's like Oshkosh Bagosh or some shit, bro.
Welcome
Jesus
welcome to the
Christ.
roast session today.
Dude, any of you guys who
Yeah,
fucking
I feel like I'm
holy
in the locker
shit!
room.
If those are men to you guys,
God
go fucking
forbid,
kill
God
yourself.
forbid you say watches are not important to this guy.
No, it's the thing about materialism.
Yeah, you worship
these
it,
guys,
dude. You
these
worship
guys
it.
must have grown up with money. The
Bro, you
people who didn't
worship
grow up with money
material.
chase money. The people who
Worship
didn't-
materialism.
Shut the fuck up.
You
You don't
worship
know me,
it.
you fucking
I can tell.
lame.
I can tell by your speaking.
How the fuck do you think you
Listen
know me?
how reactive you are. If someone
Shave
says,
your goddamn arms.
say you can't
bro.
deal with it, you can't deal with it. Why would I shave my arms? I'm a
Look at
man.
these pale
What the
fucks.
fuck
on
is
here.
wrong with you?
Okay,
Shave your body. Aren't you a man?
Look at this guy, dude.
okay. Let's let Miguel finish this real quick.
Let's post these guys.
Shave
chicks.
your pubes.
Hey, post these guys,
Guys,
women
guys,
back
guys,
here.
guys, guys,
I want to
guys,
see these guys women. Let's put
guys,
these
guys,
trolls back
guys,
here.
guys,
Women
guys,
are not
guys.
objects
Hey,
in our
hey,
world. 'cause
guys,
we're not
guys,
materialists.
guys, relax.
I've never heard more
Relax.
lies in my life.
Relax.
This is one thing I don't like.
Wes,
It's
come on,
people
man.
who lie.
Wes,
You're crying.
Wes, let's just
No,
move
no,
on.
no, 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 no. We're
We're
gonna
gonna move
continue.
on.
I
We're
can
gonna
make
move
you
on.
cry if you want.
We're
little
gonna move
faggot.
on.
All right, guys. So there you have it. This exchange just man, it was kind of hard to watch, but you can really see what it means to have a stronger frame and stand up for what you believe in. But to wrap up the video, give my final thoughts here. I'm going to start sharing the whiteboard, and you can see kind of what I think is the main point here. These are the final thoughts. All right, so all right, guys. So what we saw here is Wes just completely disrespecting these guys, and they couldn't really do anything about it. They couldn't really stand up for themselves. And also, I also have to say that, like on Wes's part, I think it was bad taste. It was just that bully behavior that you see a lot from just like brash guys like that. But so why is masculine frame, muscles, and fight skills important? So we got my boy Balrog here from Street Fighter. I think when they made this character, they made him after Mike Tyson. And then we got this guy over here, like just a regular guy that you will just see, at the store or something. But whenever you see a guy like this, like my boy Balrog right here, this guy just garners more respect. When you have muscles, you're strong, you look like you can fuck somebody up, or you can just stand up for yourself. People just think twice before messing with you. When you look like this guy on the left hand side, you become more of a target. It's like, yes, you can be very sharp with your tongue, with your words, with your debate skills, but that's why I think it's important to have everything across the board. Have that frame on point, have your muscles on point, know how to fight, have your money on point, have everything maximized. Because if you ever come across a guy like this that is strong and he can fight, it's like, and he tries to bully you, just like in this exchange, you can stand up for yourself and you can stand up for your ideals. Because, like I said, back in the day, like in those caveman days, if you can't stand up for your ideals, even if you're the smartest guy and you have the best debate skills, like this guy can probably kill you. So number one, muscles equal strength. When you have strength and you just look like you're a strong guy, you just command more respect from other people. You see this a lot when you're in the gym and you start getting that pump, like people just like respect you more. And whenever like you walk out with a tank and you have some good muscle mass, like people just naturally respect you more. So that's why having muscles is very important. Having that fitness regimen where you're fucking lifting weights, heavy ass weight, pushing those barbells, that dumbbells is very important because it just, you breed more confidence, you breed more strength. The second thing is the fight skills. So if push comes to shove and you get into a position like this and you actually have to defend yourself, you can actually fight. And regardless of what happens, whether you win or you lose, you're still gonna garner respect. And that's why it's important to learn fighting. Like I always preach, boxing, wrestling, I think is number one, and then jujitsu. I think it's a very helpful martial art to learn, but it just breeds confidence, and you'll just have more of that frame whenever you're in situations like this. And finally, the main point here is that this gives you the ability to defend your ideals and stand behind your beliefs with more confidence. And what we saw here with this exchange is that this other guy, like, even though he was extremely polished up on the subject, this guy, you could tell that he has very great debate skills. He couldn't really garner that same respect as West did. He commanded the entire panel because of his masculine frame. So that's just why it's very important, guys. I wanted to make this quick video. Once again, going to be doing a lot of these live streams. So very happy for you guys to be here, to support the channel, liking, commenting. Let me know what you think. Drop it down in the comments. But this is my reaction. Level up your masculine frame, your muscles, learn how to fight so you can have a stronger confidence whenever you're in exchanges like this and you can really defend what you believe in. So let me know what you think, guys. Drop down in the comments. Did you think that Wes Watson had poor taste in this debate? Did you think that Wes Watson showed why it's important to have masculine frame? Or do you agree more with Andrew Wilson and what his ideals were? If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure to give us a like. I'll catch you guys all in the next video. Stay strong, stay relentless, and keep on conquering. You got this. Peace.